Many times a health issue may pop up with you or your parents in which you need to modify the house to accommodate that health issue. Rather than buying a brand new home, you may just want to age in place and start making additions to your home that will cover these concerns. In this video, we will discuss some of the strategies for aging in place right now. Aging in place is not necessarily a strategy for advanced old age or illness, but it's a strategy for maintaining control of your environment and making your quality of life better. Here are some suggestions that you can implement now or during your next remodel. One caveat: some homes, like tri-level homes, may just have too many steps to modify no matter what you do. In that case, you may want to move to a one-level home now while you are in good health, with the eventual goal of aging in place as you get older. As we go through these options, please comment below if you've had to do any of these modifications in your home and if they actually helped. The first area is just generally around the house. Here are some suggestions for the general living areas. Wider doorways. At some point you may need a wheelchair. Contractors should be able to widen your interior doorways to at least 36 inches and add offset hinges. A typical wheelchair has a width of about 25 to 36 inches, so be sure to measure your wheelchair before widening the doorways. Handrails on both sides of the stairs. That same contractor should be able to add handrails to both sides of the stairs. These can be closer to the walls than normal to allow a wider walk path. Remove mats and throw rugs. At the best of times, a mat or throw rug can be a tripping hazard. As a former safety officer in the Navy, I am constantly mentioning things to my wife and kids about trip hazards, driving them crazy, of course. But as you age, a fall can be life-changing. So it's best to smooth out the floor as much as possible. As you age, your ability to pick up your feet decreases. For this reason, it is recommended that you choose a thin padding if you are planning to recarpet, or better yet, a laminate flooring. Contrasting colors on the first chair step. How many of us have forgotten that there was just one more step on a stair and we jarringly stepped off the edge? Well, my 94-year-old mother was having difficult seeing that last step on our patio, so when I repainted it, I made that last step a different color. You could take this theme to every place in your house in which there are multiple steps. Ramps. There's an art to properly building a ramp, and what you build is really determined by the style of house you have. Where I live, there are many homes along the base of the mountains, and they are built with steep yards and driveways. Now, these homes are going to be difficult to modify with ramps. However, if you're in a relatively flat area, you can get the proper angle in most cases. Typically, you will want a 2-inch per 12-inch slope and a 5-foot landing at the entrance. Kitchen. Here are a few recommendations. Easy to grasp cabinet knobs, cabinets with pull-out shelves and turntables, task lighting under your cabinets, a microwave at counter level versus over the stove, a gas sensor near any gas appliances, glass cabinet doors or open shelving, an electric cooktop with front controls and a hot surface indicator. Brighter lighting. As one ages, it becomes harder for the eyes to go from bright to dark light, especially if you've been sitting on the computer all day. I remember my dad complaining that he couldn't see some of the dark writing on his stereo system. And I've started noticing that when they put dark gray lettering on black appliances, it's harder to see. Of course, I blame the manufacturers versus my aging eyes. According to studies, a 60-year-old needs twice as much light to read as a 20-year-old. And at the age of 80, this becomes 3 times as much. So going around the house and increasing the lumens of the lights is a good idea. With the advent of LED lights, you can put brighter lights in your lamps than the 60-watt bulbs that we grew up with. One recommendation: I've made this mistake. In most rooms, you should use warm white bulbs versus daylight bulbs, because daylight bulbs tend to look like a garage. So buy a few of each type and try them out before buying a whole bunch. Automatic lighting. The technology of automatic lights is a lot better than it used to be. I have placed automatic lights in several places in my home, anywhere that is dark that I don't have a good overhead light. And this is especially valuable in the basement, garage, or closets. Most automatic lights are LED and can be powered by batteries, recharging via an adapter like on your cell phone, or directly hooked to the electric system of your house. Painting. Speaking of brightening the place, if you have dark walls, it will be harder to get your place bright. Dark walls tend to absorb light. Perhaps now is a good time to update your paint to a more modern off-white color. This also makes the house smell new. Contrast. Color and contrast perception decreases as you get older. Have you noticed that the glare bothers you more than when you were a kid? It is that sharp difference or contrast that is harder to deal with. The trend is for all-white kitchens, of course, but as you age, you may want to contrast things up a bit because you'll have better visual acuity. The walls could be off-white, while the cabinets and counter could be a different color. This is a good strategy for your furniture and flooring choices, as well as stairs and stair railings. Voice-activated technology. Now, there are many new voice-activated appliances on the market. You can turn on all your lights, you can adjust your alarm, you can turn on the ceiling fans, and you can modify your thermostat settings. And we've all seen the ring-type doorbell technology that syncs with your smartphone. You can answer the door without getting up. However, I really recommend speaking with a knowledgeable person at a high-tech store similar to Best Buy versus buying a la carte online. You need to make sure that whatever technology you choose for one application will work with another, or you may be wasting a lot of money. Outlet height. It might be worthwhile to have an electrician change the height of some of your electrical outlets and light switches. If you're in a wheelchair, it may be impossible to reach up to a light switch or reach down to an electrical outlet. Bathrooms. Here are a few recommendations for you. A light in the shower stall, a shower stall with a low threshold or no threshold in case you are in a wheelchair, fold-down shower seats, handheld shower head with a 6-foot hose, a lift or transfer seat for the bathtub, grab bars at the back and sides of the shower, tub, and toilet. You know, if you don't put them in now, you may want to reinforce the wall for later installation of bars. Adapter to raise the toilet seat 2 to 3 inches higher than standard, counters at sit-down height, and an emergency alert or call button. Home care. We have found that our clients also like the following additions to their house: low-maintenance exterior like vinyl siding, low-maintenance yard with automatic sprinklers, perhaps a housekeeping service, also a repair service for those little jobs, perhaps a security service. And it's good to unclutter and remove the obstructions of exterior and interior pathways. Easily accessible filter on the HVAC system, a central vac system. Now, these are just a few recommendations if you decide to age in place. Please comment below on any items that you have tried which I've missed. If you need any assistance in your aging in place strategy, please feel free to call me anytime. And be sure to watch my videos on helping seniors move out of their home and buying a home with your kids. Have a great day. See ya.